The internet is on fire. Kid Cudi has officially fired back at Jim Jones, and the response is explosive. After Jim Jones seemingly took credit for Cudi's breakthrough hit Day and Night, fans erupted, and now the rap legend isn't holding anything back. With a bold statement that leaves no room for misunderstanding, "You can't take credit for my career." Cudi has ignited one of the most talked about beefs in hip-hop this year. Social media instantly exploded with reactions. Twitter feeds, Instagram stories, and TikTok videos dissected every word, every tone, and every gesture. Fans are split, some defending Kid Cudi's right to his own story, others questioning Jim Jones' intentions. Memes, reaction videos, and fan compilations went viral within minutes, turning this personal dispute into a full-blown cultural conversation. The controversy isn't just about music, it's about legacy, respect, and influence in hip-hop. Jim Jones' earlier comments hinted at involvement in Cudi's rise, but Kid Cudi's fiery response has set the record straight in the most dramatic way possible. The clash has fans debating who truly deserves the credit for one of the most iconic tracks of the 2000s, and every comment fuels the tension. From street-level discussions in New York to global social media reactions, this beef is everywhere. Fans are eagerly waiting for the next move. Will Jim Jones respond, or will Cudi solidify his stance? The drama has only just begun, and the hip-hop world is glued to every moment of this showdown. As Kid Cudi's fiery response to Jim Jones spread across social media, the hip-hop world erupted. Fans immediately flocked to Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to dissect every word, clip, and post. The backlash and support were instantaneous, creating trending hashtags like #Cudi vs. Jim Jones, #Day and Night Drama, and #HipHopBeef. Every fan, critic, and journalist had something to say, and the story quickly evolved from a personal disagreement into a global viral sensation. Cudi's statement, "You can't take credit for my career," reverberated across social media platforms. TikTok videos featuring the quote, memes highlighting Jim Jones' previous comments, and Instagram Reels breaking down the feud circulated at lightning speed. Reaction videos exploded on YouTube, with fans passionately debating who was in the right and what this beef meant for the legacies of both artists. The energy was electric, and every platform buzzed with speculation about the next move. Fans split into camps almost immediately. Cudi supporters praised his courage, arguing that his rise to fame was a product of his own talent, vision, and perseverance. They celebrated him as a self-made artist who refuses to let anyone rewrite his story. Jim Jones fans, however, defended the veteran rapper, suggesting he played a role behind the scenes in Cudi's early career. This division created endless debates across comment sections, threads, and fan forums. Every interpretation of the feud added fuel to the fire. Industry analysts weighed in, noting the significance of this clash. Jim Jones has long been recognized as a heavyweight in New York hip-hop, while Kid Cudi is celebrated globally for shaping the alternative rap sound of the late 2000s. The dispute isn't just personal, it's a collision of influence, legacy, and cultural impact. Media coverage amplified the drama, replaying interviews, past collaborations, and references to Day and Night, ensuring fans had plenty of material to discuss and analyze. The feud also sparked debates about credit, mentorship, and respect in the music industry. Hip-hop has a long history of disputes over who helped whom, and Cudi vs. Jim Jones added a modern layer. Fans dug into archival footage, past interviews, and behind-the-scenes stories, trying to determine whether Jim Jones truly played a role in Cudi's career or if this was a misinterpretation blown out of proportion. Social media detectives worked overtime, creating threads and videos analyzing the details. TikTok and Instagram were flooded with reaction content. Fans recreated moments from interviews, used audio clips of Cudi's statement for memes, and posted commentary highlighting perceived hypocrisy. Twitter threads dissected the implications of the feud, exploring the intersection of respect, legacy, and personal narrative. Memes became viral instantly, with fans taking sides and creating content that amplified the drama even further. Podcasts and YouTube channels dedicated to hip-hop commentary added fuel to the fire. Hosts replayed every snippet of the exchange, offered analysis on the motivations of both rappers, and speculated about potential diss tracks or interviews that could escalate the situation. Discussions focused not only on the feud, but also on the broader implications for artist relationships, mentorship, and credit in the music business. Every new episode or post reignited fan interest and increased engagement. Local and international media outlets picked up the story. News sites covered the feud with headlines emphasizing controversy, generational differences, and cultural impact. Some framed it as a clash of New York versus global hip-hop influence, while others highlighted the personal nature of the dispute. The coverage ensured that audiences beyond traditional hip-hop fans were aware of the situation, widening the conversation and increasing the reach of the feud. Fans speculated about the next steps. Would Jim Jones respond publicly, issue a statement, or create a track addressing Cudi's remarks? Could Cudi release new music reaffirming his independence and credibility? The uncertainty drove conversation, keeping audiences engaged and eagerly awaiting updates. Social media platforms became a real-time battleground for opinions, theories, and predictions about the unfolding drama. The streets of New York also became a part of the conversation. Fans discussed the feud at shows, on radio stations, and in online communities. Insider reports suggested that local reactions mirrored the online frenzy, with discussions about credibility, legacy, and respect dominating conversations. The drama wasn't confined to the internet, it had a tangible presence in the hip-hop community itself. By mid-part, it became clear that this feud was more than a simple disagreement. It represented a larger narrative about the intersection of fame, influence, and ownership of one's story. Kid Cudi's assertion of independence resonated with younger artists and fans who value self-made success, while Jim Jones' history and influence reminded audiences of the importance of mentorship and collaboration in hip-hop. This duality made the feud compelling, complex, and endlessly debatable. Fan-created content continued to amplify the story. Memes poking fun at Jim Jones, reaction videos supporting Cudi, and compilations of past moments circulated heavily on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Each viral post added layers to the narrative, keeping both artists at the center of attention and ensuring that the feud stayed trending across platforms. Music industry insiders noted that this type of dispute is common, but rarely does it gain this level of attention so quickly. The combination of social media, fan engagement, and cultural significance ensured that the feud had far-reaching consequences beyond personal grievances. Analysts predicted that this situation could influence future collaborations, interviews, and artist relationships in hip-hop. One thing was certain: Kid Cudi versus Jim Jones had captured the attention of the world. Fans, media outlets, and hip-hop insiders were glued to every statement, post, and clip. Social media, podcasts, and news outlets continued to dissect the feud, fueling conversation and anticipation for what comes next. The drama was far from over. Diss tracks, public statements, or interviews could escalate the situation at any moment, keeping fans on the edge of their seats. The hip-hop world was buzzing nonstop. After Kid Cudi fired back at Jim Jones, fans, media, and insiders were dissecting every word, every clip, and every nuance of the feud. The story had grown beyond a simple dispute. It was now a full-blown cultural event, with viral discussions spreading across TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and fan forums worldwide. The phrase, "You can't take credit for my career," became a rallying cry for Cudi supporters and ignited heated debates about respect, mentorship, and influence in hip-hop. On social media, fans immediately split into camps. One side defended Kid Cudi, celebrating his assertion of independence and his right to control his own narrative. They argued that Cudi's rise to fame, especially with his iconic track Day and Night, was fueled by his unique talent, creativity, and relentless work ethic. The other camp defended Jim Jones, highlighting his history in New York hip-hop and suggesting that his influence may have played a role in shaping Cudi's early career. Memes, reaction videos, and fan edits flooded Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, amplifying the debate with humor, passion, and dramatic flair. Rumors of potential diss tracks quickly surfaced. Fans speculated that Kid Cudi might release a track directly addressing Jim Jones' claims, while insiders suggested Jim Jones could fire back with a polished, calculated response to defend his legacy. TikTok reaction videos and YouTube breakdowns dissected past interviews, lyrics, and old social media posts to predict what a potential track might include. Every snippet of conversation became fodder for viral content, making the feud feel like a high-stakes chess game played out online. The media jumped in immediately. Hip-hop podcasts, YouTube commentary channels, and local news outlets analyzed the conflict in depth. Analysts discussed the clash in terms of generational tensions, artistic ownership, and cultural influence. They highlighted the contrast between Kid Cudi's introspective, boundary-pushing style and Jim Jones' street-level, legacy-driven approach. The discussion framed the feud not merely as a personal spat, but as a broader commentary on mentorship, legacy, and autonomy in hip-hop. Memes became a crucial tool for fans. TikTok users recreated key moments from interviews, Instagram Reels highlighted Cudi's iconic quotes, and Twitter threads compiled past interactions to examine the legitimacy of Jim Jones' claims. Memes often exaggerated moments for humor or dramatic effect, but they fueled engagement and kept both artists at the forefront of online conversation. The feud became as much about entertainment as it was about respect. Local perspectives from New York added another layer. Street-level discussions, radio commentary, and community speculation mirrored the online frenzy. In many circles, fans debated who truly deserved credit for Cudi's breakthrough, reflecting broader conversations about influence, mentorship, and recognition in the music industry. Hip-hop enthusiasts dissected interviews, analyzed subtle gestures, and debated historical context, keeping the drama alive across platforms. Podcasts and YouTube channels further dissected the feud. Commentators replayed interview clips, analyzed lyrical content, and discussed possible diss tracks. Some highlighted Cudi's independence and his control over his narrative, emphasizing how important it is for artists to claim their own stories. Others focused on Jim Jones' credibility and contributions to the New York hip-hop scene, debating whether his claims had merit. Each analysis added depth to the story, creating a 360-degree discussion around the feud. Meanwhile, social media continued to amplify every development. TikTok duets and Instagram Reels went viral within hours, while Twitter threads analyzed reactions, dissected tone, and speculated about next moves. Fans debated what Jim Jones might say next, whether Cudi would escalate or maintain his stance, and how this feud could influence future collaborations, interviews, or industry relationships. The digital ecosystem became a real-time battleground for opinions, speculation, and memes, showing how modern hip-hop drama thrives in a multi-platform environment. The potential diss tracks became a hot topic. Industry insiders suggested that a Cudi track could be raw, unapologetic, and introspective, highlighting his journey and reaffirming his independence. Jim Jones' potential response might emphasize legacy, street credibility, and his influence on younger artists, creating a contrast in style and message. Fans eagerly debated the lyrical strategies, potential lines, and the impact each track could have on public perception. Cultural analysis also entered the conversation. Many commentators discussed the significance of claiming one's own narrative, especially for artists who broke new ground in alternative hip-hop. Kid Cudi's response resonated with younger artists and fans who value independence, creativity, and authenticity. Jim Jones' involvement highlighted the importance of mentorship and legacy in hip-hop, sparking discussions about respect, influence, and recognition. The feud became a case study in modern rap dynamics. The social media frenzy showed no signs of slowing. TikTok memes, Instagram stories, and YouTube reaction videos kept the feud trending, while discussions on Reddit and fan forums deepened the analysis. Fans dissected every past collaboration, every lyric, and every interview, creating a continuous cycle of speculation and engagement. The feud had become a global conversation, connecting casual fans, dedicated followers, and industry insiders alike. The situation had reached a boiling point. Everyone was asking, will Jim Jones respond publicly? Will Kid Cudi release a diss track? Could this feud escalate beyond online and media debates into something more significant? Fans monitored every move, eager for even the smallest hint of escalation. Memes and reaction videos dominated feeds, turning the beef into a digital spectacle that captivated audiences worldwide. Even casual fans who weren't following hip-hop closely became part of the conversation. News coverage, viral memes, and social media trends made the feud accessible to everyone, increasing the intensity and reach of the narrative. Every post, clip, and comment contributed to the drama, ensuring that both artists stayed in the spotlight. Industry experts weighed in, analyzing the strategic choices of both rappers. Cudi's direct, confrontational response demonstrated independence and confidence, while Jim Jones' history and influence reinforced his credibility. Analysts suggested that the feud might shape future industry dynamics, especially regarding how artists handle credit, recognition, and public disputes. The Kid Cudi versus Jim Jones saga had become more than a feud, it was a cultural event. Fans, social media, media outlets, and industry insiders were all engaged, speculating on diss tracks, public responses, and potential resolutions. The drama had taken on a life of its own, showing how modern hip-hop disputes evolve in the age of social media, global attention, and fan engagement. The Kid Cudi versus Jim Jones feud had reached a fever pitch. After Cudi's explosive statement, "You can't take credit for my career," the internet was ablaze. Fans, media outlets, and industry insiders were dissecting every word, every clip, and every nuance, creating a 24/7 global conversation. Social media platforms became battlefields, with Twitter hashtags like #Cudi versus Jim Jones trending worldwide, TikTok duets recreating key moments, and Instagram Reels analyzing body language, tone, and intent. The speculation about diss tracks was at an all-time high. Rumors suggested that Kid Cudi could release a track directly addressing Jim Jones' claims, one that would be raw, emotional, and introspective. On the other hand, Jim Jones was expected to respond strategically, leveraging his years of influence and street credibility to defend his legacy. Fans eagerly debated the lyrical strategies, dissected old interviews, and even analyzed past collaborations for hidden references that could hint at the next move. Every snippet of content, from audio clips to memes, became a viral talking point. Fan reactions were explosive. Supporters of Kid Cudi celebrated his independence and courage, framing him as the self-made artist standing up to industry politics and narrative control. Memes and reaction videos portrayed him as fearless, unshakable, and unapologetic. Jim Jones fans emphasized his mentorship, experience, and influence in New York hip-hop, defending his contributions and arguing that he deserved recognition. Social media became a war zone of opinions, each side fueling further engagement. Podcasts and YouTube commentary channels dissected the feud in depth. Analysts replayed interviews, scrutinized lyrics, and speculated about possible diss tracks. Some highlighted the generational clash, Cudi representing the new wave of alternative hip-hop, Jim Jones representing traditional New York street credibility. Others focused on the broader implications, how disputes over credit and legacy shape the music industry, influence artist relationships, and engage global audiences. Each analysis added layers of drama, keeping the feud alive in multiple spheres. The streets of New York mirrored the online frenzy. Local radio shows, interviews, and casual conversations amplified the tension. Fans debated in person, shared clips from social media, and speculated on potential studio sessions or public appearances. Reports suggested that even casual listeners were now following the saga, demonstrating how this feud had transcended niche fan bases to become a cultural phenomenon. As the conversation intensified, insider commentary revealed that both rappers were likely strategizing their next moves carefully. A Kid Cudi diss track could focus on storytelling, authenticity, and personal growth, contrasting with Jim Jones' approach, which might emphasize influence, mentorship, and street legacy. This clash of styles added intrigue, leaving fans speculating about not only content, but also the potential impact on each artist's reputation and future projects. Social media continued to fuel the narrative. TikTok reaction videos went viral, Instagram Reels highlighted every nuance, and Twitter threads provided real-time analysis. Memes poked fun at Jim Jones' claims, celebrated Cudi's assertiveness, and created shareable moments that kept the feud trending across platforms. The combination of fan engagement, viral content, and industry speculation ensured that this saga stayed at the top of discussions for weeks. Cultural commentators weighed in on the implications of the feud. Many emphasized that Cudi's insistence on claiming his own narrative resonated with younger artists and fans who value independence, creativity, and authenticity. Jim Jones' perspective highlighted the traditional values of mentorship, influence, and respect in hip-hop. The clash became a case study in navigating credit, legacy, and storytelling in modern music, offering lessons for both artists and audiences alike. As the feud unfolded, speculation about public appearances, interviews, and collaborations intensified. Fans theorized about potential confrontations, surprise studio sessions, or diss track drop dates. Every minor hint sparked viral discussion, and analysts suggested that this feud could redefine how disputes over credit are handled in the music industry. The stakes were higher than ever, with global attention focused squarely on these two artists. By the middle of the final part, it was clear that this feud had become legendary. Fans debated in endless threads, memes circulated nonstop, and media coverage framed it as a defining moment for both Cudi and Jim Jones. Every post, every reaction, and every insider tip contributed to the narrative, creating a multi-layered story that spanned social media, street conversations, and global commentary. Industry insiders also highlighted the marketing potential. While the feud is real and personal, it also drives streams, engagement, and visibility. Every social media post, reaction video, and interview boosts attention, creating a cycle of hype that benefits both artists, whether intentionally or not. Analysts noted that the balance between conflict and strategy is critical in modern hip-hop, and Kid Cudi vs. Jim Jones was a masterclass in public narrative management. One thing is certain: the Kid Cudi vs. Jim Jones feud has captivated the world. Fans are glued to every development, eagerly anticipating diss tracks, statements, and insider revelations. Social media chaos, street reactions, and global conversations ensure that the story remains alive, dynamic, and unpredictable. The Memphis and New York streets, online fans, and hip-hop communities are all watching closely. Every move from Kid Cudi or Jim Jones could escalate the drama, redefine narratives, or even set the stage for an unexpected resolution. This feud is now etched in hip-hop history, proving that when legends clash, the world can't look away. The feud between Kid Cudi and Jim Jones has shaken the hip-hop world, and it's far from over. From viral social media reactions to debates about legacy and credit, fans everywhere are weighing in on who's in the right. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. Comment below, who do you side with, Kid Cudi defending his career and independence, or Jim Jones asserting his influence and mentorship? Do you think this beef will escalate into diss tracks, or will we see an unexpected reconciliation? Every opinion counts, and we want to hear your take on this epic showdown. Smash that like button if you're shocked by Cudi's bold statement or Jim Jones' claims. It lets us know you want more insider updates, breaking news, and hip-hop drama. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates on this feud or any other explosive stories in hip-hop. Share this video with your friends, hip-hop fans, and anyone following the music industry. The conversation is heating up, and every share keeps the hype alive. Stay tuned, because the next move could change the game entirely, and you don't want to miss it. The drama is real, the stakes are high, and the world is watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and join the debate now, because when Kid Cudi and Jim Jones clash, the hip-hop universe stops to watch.